Hello, hello. Welcome to our neck of the woods. How's everybody doing today? Wait for a couple of you to get in here. Two. Hello, two. Oh, back down to one. Hey, Robert. Good morning. Got your coffee? You want to come up and chit chat? I was just watching an interesting, not sure who the fella is. Hey, Frank. Um, Corey Good. Does that name ring a bell with you, Robert? Or anyone? It's pretty interesting. Um, just like a little overview, I guess, of a course or something that they offer. And the one that I watched specifically was on Blue Avian's Law of One, and how he had agreed, his higher self had agreed to take on this mission of educating people on certain things before he was born into this cycle. It was really interesting. And it made a lot of sense because it talked about Earth moving into fourth density love vibration, and how we would all start developing these telepathic types of communication, these emotional communications with each other. And really is, oh, he's a Johnny come lately. Okay. Well, but the message in that, regardless of the fella, but the message was, I think, maybe not spot on. Of course, like I said, it was just an overview, but it's a lot of what we talk about. Love being the key, and that love light energy, and how we are all really moving into this higher dimension through our ability to try to live from that place, that center of love within us, right? That creative energy. So I thought it was really interesting. And I'm just going to blabber on until someone comes up and helps me blabber about something specific. So I apologize. That's what we do about Thursday, right? I suppose that's just how you wrap that up. So how's everybody doing today? Hopefully well. Right on, Crystal. Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Just trying to love life.
Oh yeah. You
I don't.
know, as much as the energy has been out and about, it's also been a little chaotic for a lot of folks too. So um, I feel like it's important to say, it's okay to just stop and take a moment for yourself when you need to.
It sure does. I don't know. The past couple mornings I woke up, I've had so much positive energy. It's awful.
That's that is wonderful. That is really something wonderful. And it's that time of year too where uh, I can't imagine that it's a coincidence that the time of year where our spirits are lifted the most all this stuff is kind of come into its own little um, place, you know?
Well,
Everything has a season and a reason.
yes. Well, actually, I should be devastated, but I'm not. I don't know if I told y'all, but me and my fiance I've been with 2.5 years took off and left me. But it's crazy. I have not cried. I've had so much lifted off of my shoulders. I'm so happy. But I asked God also, if you want him in my life, keep him in my life. If you don't, take him away.
And
And
look at that. You got your answer.
amen.
Well, and you know, the beauty about that is that freedom that you've lifted off your shoulders. As human beings, we are tempted to feel some kind of a guilt or remorse for a lack of what we think is the appropriate emotions in certain things. But there are no appropriate emotions. You feel what you feel. I mean, there are appropriate emotions. I guess I shouldn't have said it that way. But when a weight's been lifted off your shoulders, that's a celebratory thing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's not something to get down about. And a lot of times we are taught to feel these superficial emotions because that's what's expected of us by others, right? You're supposed to be sad and you're supposed to be mourning and you're supposed to be, but wait a minute, I'm free. I'm learning who I am. I'm becoming a whole person, right? So there's nothing wrong with celebrating that. Nothing at all. And if you're not feeling that regret, that's a good thing. That means your life is panning out the way it is intended to pan out, not some superficial society rule.
Well, I'm trying. Huh, y'all have to excuse me. I've got fibromyalgia, fog, plus other things. So if I don't take a minute to talk to you, it's because I'm trying to get my words right.
That's
But
fine.
I'm trying to not let nobody pull me down no more.
There you go.
Just keep a positive energy. If they come with negative energy, I'm going to go back to them with positive energy. And they're going to step back and look and say, what's going on?
Yep. And that's a beautiful thing. Really, you nailed it on the head because it's how you handle life. You know, it's are you acting or reacting? Are you letting someone else cause an emotional response in you, or are you bringing forth your own response, right? And that is beautiful because once you realize that you have the control to bring forward your own response, then you realize just how much, you know, giving over to the creator creates.
Well, my mama had a saying. She said, "Love 'em, kill 'em with kindness."
She wasn't wrong, was she?
No. I had a very wise mom and dad. I had a very good upbringing, and when I hear people talk about their upbringing, it was so awful. It makes me want to cry. It's like I wish I could have put you in my life with my family, and you didn't have to go through all that.
Well, I think though, I think there is something to be said for um, us as spiritual beings agreeing to go through certain things in this physical realm before we even get here in order to learn certain lessons or clear certain karmas. Maybe I really I feel like there's some truth to that, and I don't discount it at all. So that still doesn't take away your control because your higher self is the one that was in control of that situation and agreed to it in the first place, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's that God part of you. That's that creator part, that spark. And it's always a crapshoot if we're going to choose the right ending or not. But I think no matter what we choose, it is going to be the right ending because we've already laid the plans for the lessons that we need to learn.
Yep.
That's why I think deja vus are road signs. They let you know you're on the right path. Like you know, even in the worst times, you get a deja vu, and you could be in the crappiest situation, and you get a deja vu, and it's like, no, I can't really supposed to be here, right? I mean, but then hindsight, of course, being the great teacher it is, you're like, I might not have learned that lesson any other way.
I've heard hindsight's 2020.
Yeah. Time is a great teacher.
Yes, and a lot of us want to rush time when we don't need to. We need to slow down, sit back, and think about things.
The way Robert says it, I love the way Robert says it. He's like, hey, just sit on your hands for a minute. Just sit on your hands. And I know he applies it to chats, but it really applies to a lot of things. It's that being still,
When my dad told me you'll do better sitting down listening than you will run your mouth. You'll learn a lot more.
Yep. That is true. That's Pappy always says you got 2 eyes and 2 ears and only 1 mouth. There's probably a reason for that. Intentional design.
Yep.
Or intelligent design.
It's weird. I have learning disabilities all my life. I got a heart murmur that when I have my spells, the oxygen in my head cuts in half. That's part of the reason I have my learning disabilities and part of the reason I have such a hard time putting things together sometimes. But I don't let it slow me down.
Yeah. I mean, we can't be what we've been late. We cannot allow the labels to become our essence, right? That's something I learned a long time ago, actually. And that goes for anything, any disability, it's not a disability unless you let it be one. It's different maybe than the norm, but that doesn't have to mean that it limits you. It could open up other avenues.
I learn a lot better since I've gotten older. Maybe it's because I'll sit down and listen instead of run my mouth. But I've always had people come to me when they have their problems. And I'm like, I'll listen to you. I'll sit there and listen to them and don't interrupt them. Let them get what they need out. And then when they hush, I give my, this or that you need. I'm a giver. I was a nursing assistant all my life. I worked with the dementia and Alzheimer's patients. And I love doing that. I love being around the elderly and learning their stories and stuff like that. And it helped me a lot because when my mom got cancer, she had, I forgot, something of the lungs. And I was able to take care of her because I've always told her it don't matter where I was in the world. If she got sick, I was coming to take care of her. So me and my sister moved in and we took care of her. We had hospice come in, but I wouldn't let them do too much. All I did, give her medicine. I didn't want to be responsible for that. and I gave her baths. And my sister always told me, you know, if it hadn't been for you, I don't know what I would have done. But I wished I could do that work now, but I can't. I got vertigo, and if I drop one of the patients, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
But I believe
you can,
God. That's what my intentions on being on this earth is a caretaker.
right on. Well, you can't forget to take care of yourself. And, you know, you made a very good point in what you just said, Crystal. Sometimes listening counts more. So while you may not be able to physically care for patients anymore, I bet you any amount of money that if you were to go down to one of the homes or one of the retirement places or anything like that and just sit and listen to their stories and just spend time with them, that would mean just as much, if not more, than you being able to physically help them.
Yes, because a lot of them people, especially, it sounds bad, but especially in nursing homes, they get taken there, dropped off, and not to be seen, and sometimes not even be seen then when they're in the dying stage. That's my only part I had is when they go to pass away, and I've gotten close to them, and there's sometimes the patient's family wants me to be in there while, you know, which I went in there and done. But
yeah, I was going to say, I would think that would be a good thing with the family recognizing that you give their loved one great comfort.
it makes me.
What a lovely little blessing. What an honor.
It's not the money, you know. It wasn't the money. It was helping them.
I imagine you're probably, it doesn't sound like you're done with that part of your life entirely.
I don't think I am either.
It's just figuring out how to go about it now, huh?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry I say yes, ma'am, and no, sir, and stuff. I was brought up that way.
You're fine. I mean, we all like to think that we're not ma'ams yet, but we are.
Oh, yeah. I just turned in February a half a century old.
Woo. I'm getting there. I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there.
Yep.
And honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. It's more of a wow. Look how far we've come, you know?
Amen. I've been on some roller coaster rides, and I'm still here kicking and trying to figure it out.
Yep.
God will show me the direction He wants me to go.
You just got to be willing to listen.
Yeah. I had a friend, I used to go over there and help her take care of her mom and dad. And her dad was a lot worse than her mom. But that gave me gratification too.
Well, that's good.
I'm sorry, I don't know what y'all's topic was today. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent.
Oh, you're fine. It was what to do about Thursday because I didn't know what to talk about. So, so really, it was an open discussion day.
Well, good. Y'all be praying though, because I'm hoping my cousin lets me, because I rent her house, her and her husband's house, because they moved, and I only get like $780 on my disability, And I'm hoping she's going to just let me stay here and let the rent slide and me just pay the electricity and the cable and stuff, because I can't afford nowhere.
Yeah, I hope so. I will definitely keep you in my thoughts and prayers for that, and hope that the best thing that can work for you works for you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Hi, chat. I love y'all.
Yes, hello and welcome everybody. I am not always the best greeter. Where's Dorinda? She always greets everybody. She does a great job. Oh man, it's just been I don't know. We can feel the weather changing here.
Oh,
It looks all beautiful outside, but you get out there and there's that cold wind that just blows up your back.
Well, me and cold and rain don't get along because I got fibromyalgia, and it hurts a lot worse in the wintertime.
Oh, I know.
But I don't take no The only medication I take is because I don't want to get on pills, because pills can lead you to be addicted and go do stupid stuff. So I smoke my herb, but my doctor knows and my psychiatrist knows, and they're okay with it.
Right on.
But I don't do it all day long. Like 7 or o'clock or 8 o'clock at night, I'm mine. It's just ease the pain.
I mean,
and it's a herb.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and I mean, you made a good point. You know, you guys have heard me talk about pills and stuff like that before, and all the different things, but there is a reason that plants are medicine for our human bodies, right? It's not because we're intended to take a bunch of pills, or somebody wanted to figure out compounds, and the creator said, hey, you know what, I'll just pop these plants down there and they'll just fit right in. It'll be pretty, it'll add color. No, those plants are medicines for our body, because they are physical vehicles. They're going to wear out, they're going to have issues, they're going to develop problems, and you know, being responsible with your health is important. So if that's what you do to control your pain or your mental or any of the rest of it, then by all means. Plant medicine was intentionally put here as medicine. I do believe.
Yeah, I
So
believe.
I don't let anybody I don't let anybody mess with my psychological standpoint on plant medicine, just because in this great big wide world that we live in, with the intelligent design of all the different things, and you know, the plants feed us oxygen and we feed the plants carbon dioxide. If you can't see how interwoven we are with our environment, you know, it's, I don't know what to say, right? So if you believe that creator created us and everything around us, then you have to know there was intelligent design involved. And so when you look at a plant medicinally, you have to know that was put there for a reason, right?
Yep. And to me, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of plants and stuff that we can use for different things, but
yes,
the pharmaceuticals hijack that, I believe. And
well, they've tried
to. Old days, they didn't have all this stuff we have now. They use herbs and stuff like that.
Yeah, and you know, that's the thing is you know, again, like, you can't let somebody else convince you of something about you. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. In every every gamut across the board. Just because somebody else says it doesn't make it so.
Yes.
You have to go within. You have to go within. You have to really truly listen to your spirit. Oh, Anna, I love you, sister.
Well, I think you need to be one with the how you say it, one with nature. I love the mountains. The ocean is okay, but I love the mountains where it's peaceful. I love going through the woods and stuff and just sitting out there, or, to me, that's getting one with the nature.
Yes. And a lot of people talk about how important it is to go outside and be barefoot outside. And it really is. It truly is, because there's a reason. And I just want you guys to think about this one thing. Why do they call it the soles of your feet? Right?
Yes. Well, I'm a country girl. I love shoes and don't know why, because I don't like wearing them really. And I'm more of the one to kick my shoes off and walk anywhere.
But, I mean, it's important that we understand that we really are connected, and we have to stay connected. We can't disconnect from our environment any more than we can disconnect from ourselves and still stay healthy. Because, and I'm sure that a lot of us have been through some form of depression or downtime in our life or what have you, right? Because that's just the way of the world right now, right? Those ups and downs, those hills and valleys. And so when you're feeling that way, being connected really can help you. And there's something to be said for taking time for yourself and going out in nature, because it's very healthy. It's very healthy for your spirit. It's very healthy for your body. But a connection to the earth and a connection to others can really help. And in times of need, sometimes we have to have people that have a hand outstretched. Every once in a while, it's okay to say, yeah, I need a foothold. Can you help me out? It's okay to do that. It's okay to be that way. I don't think I know in times past, everybody's like, yeah, you brush off the dirt, you get back up. And that's true. If nobody's around, you brush off the dirt, you get back up, and you go on about your business. If there are people around willing to help you and connect with you and offer you that human connection, which we all need, despite how we feel sometimes, towards other human beings, because I know all of us have different issues and whatnot, and that's fine. But when it comes down to it, that one human being reaching out their hand can be more of a lifesaver than you getting up and dusting the dirt off your britches.
I'm more of a giver than a taker. It's like,
Well, go ahead.
It's like if I get down to where I need food and don't have the money for it. We have, food places around here where you can go get food, and it bothers me because I feel like I'm taking food out of a child's mouth, and I'd rather them eat than me. And I only go in extreme emergency. I don't go all the time.
And I understand that. But I'm really not sure how I want to approach that because I understand exactly what you're saying and where you're coming from. But I also know how food banks work and run. And I know how much foods go to waste in those places because a lot of people don't utilize them.
That and they give out of date stuff sometimes. And sometimes I have seen them take some stuff and put it in their own vehicle.
Yes, I've seen all that. I have seen all that. Um, First off, the manufacturer date on a lot of stuff is it's for stores for insurance, so they can't be sued. Okay, that's what a lot of that stuff is. Um, Canned goods aren't necessarily bad just because the date printed on the top of the can is over. Um, there are a lot of canned foods that stay good well past their expiration dates, and things like that. So it really just depends on the type of food. But there's a lot of waste because we have been taught all these different things and we have been told all these different things. And just because we've been taught them and told them doesn't make them true.
Amen to that.
So, I mean, if you feel like that's the case, don't hesitate to call up your local food bank and say, "Did you guys get a good stock supply this week? Are you able to feed the community? If so, then you go because you know they're well stocked. Because they get their food from usually food banks get their food, at least in my state, from central warehouses that ship it in from all over, and sometimes it's donated locally, but a lot of times it's shipped in from major areas. And they're shipped into these warehouses, and all the food banks from a state or a section of a state will visit this warehouse, and another one will visit another warehouse, and that's how it goes. And they load up their trucks for the size of their community. They get portioned out however much, and then they take it down to the food bank and deliver it. So you want to make sure that you're not taking food out of a child's mouth. Then call them up and find out, did they get a good, when do they go to their warehouse center? Because that's when they have the most food with the freshest dates.
I don't know.
And that's when they're able to, yeah, but that's when they're really able to take care of their community, you know?
Well, I went to the grocery store today, and I think it's starting to affect Florida too, because they had a lot of things that was pulled forward, but you look behind them and there was nothing behind them.
I'm not putting the camera on.
Hi, Crystal.
Hey, Raina.
And hello, everyone in chat.
How are you doing today, sweetie?
Good.
Yeah, Greta made a good point. The dates are so, yeah, it's all about, and listen, this is a society that we lived in. We talked about older cars the other day. You remember we had that whole great big car conversation and how the older vehicles were built to last, right? And now we find our vehicles are built to be replaced within a matter of 2 or 3 years for most people. And it's become a normal. And it's the same thing with every other item in our households that you buy today. Most of them are not built to last, but to be replaced to cause more commerce, to increase the market, if you will. So you have less quality, and you have more breakdown, which means that we have basically a disposable society. And the thing about societies and markets is you'll find if you look at the culture of America back in the early 1900s versus the culture of America in like the 1970s versus the culture of America and the market of America today, you're going to find certain correlations within how community values held up and how society values held up with market values, right? So people made a great product that they believed in. that was made to last, that was made to do a job. They had strong community and family values. And then we went to, oh, this is more convenient. Well, my store is going to sell more than your store because I can outsell you, because I can offer a cheaper price because my product's not as good. Do you see the correlations in society and the correlation in the market and how things are developed? And then you look at today's disposable society, and we not only have disposable goods around every corner, we have come to a mental capacity in our communities where we have some kind of disposable people syndrome, right? And I think that if you really look at that, you will see correlations throughout time that really show that our entire shift of consciousness as a people has led to a lot of these things that we do as a people, right? So hopefully when this big ball swings back round, we'll have that community again, that community standard. There's something to be said for that we all are a part of this grand community, that we all wish the best for our fellow man, right? So I think it's really important that we who are awake enough, I guess I should say, try to live in the way that we want to see our society go. When you make something, don't make something that's going to fall apart in 2 days and somebody has to run back to you and buy another one. Make something that's going to last, that's going to create memories, that means something, that has value, true value, not monetary value. Do you see the kind of correlations I'm making there?
Yeah. Well, I'd rather somebody make something for me, like whatever holiday. They put more into it and time and special into it than just going and buy it off the shelf.
And that is the value. Therein lies the value. You see, so we've turned value into something meaningless, just like the fiat currency. It's meaningless. It has a set value, and I'm air quoting, but it has no real value. When we talk about values, when you talk about values, you tend to associate it a little bit closer with family ties, community ties, acceptable behaviors, morals, things like that, right? And yet they've used this same word, value, to attribute it to money. And they've confused and discombobulated the idea so much that now value has not become the meaning, the time spent, the artistry, the love put into a gift, but how much did you spend on it? How much can I insure it for? And we really got to come away from that. We got to come away from that whole style of thinking and take back what we mean by value. Where's the value in that handmade gift? Because it was lovingly created for you.
Yes.
It is a representation. The value in that is that it is a representation of the love that this person has for you.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that, how do you say it? I just had it in my thought. That take for granted what we have. If we went over to other countries that don't have what we do here, we'd be more grateful about what we do have and not what we don't have.
Okay, well, we can do that. We can be grateful. We can live in an attitude of gratitude and love if we choose to. And that's what I'm saying. We have to take back our meanings, our definitions. So we got to stop letting these people steal all of that from us and turn it into some chintzy dime store foil wrapper covered chocolate looking like a gold coin, right? We can't keep doing that. That system does not work. And until we together redesign what those words mean or bring them back to their original value, we're not going to be able to overcome, because we are still accepting the yoke that they are putting on us. Well, I know I didn't say that right. Pappy explained it to me once before about chains and yokes. So yoke is not the right word. The chains they are trying to throw on us.
Yep. We got to get back with one with God, because I trust in no man. I trust
I know.
in God, because man will hurt you.
Here's
God will
the
not.
thing. Right. Here's the thing. We all have God inside of us. Creator is within each one of us. So I'm going to trust the Creator in me more than I trust the Creator in you, because the Creator in me has my best interest at heart. The Creator in you has your best interest at heart, and they may not be exactly compatible, but they are both for our best interest. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if we approach it that way, then we can say, this man or woman is no greater or less than I am. We are all I am.
Well, I know we don't talk too much about politics on here, but it drives me crazy. Trump, yes, I love him, but Trump is a man. Stop worshiping him like he's some god.
Listen, a lot of times, and it's written right in our Declaration of Independence, as a matter of fact, about how man will refuse to throw off the chains of bondage because they've become so comfortable with them. Okay? That's not everybody, but that is a whole lot of people. And those whole lot of people are used to idolizing and worshiping things outside of themselves. And it's very unfortunate. But until they wake up to the fact that all the answers are inside of themselves and they go there to look for them, we're not going to be able to help them. You cannot help those who do not want to be helped. You can offer your services, but to truly help them, they have to want it. They have to be receiving of that energy. And I'm pretty sure Pappy would back me up on that.
Yeah.
Hey, Shift, good to see you, hon. But, you know, there's a reason that we don't talk politics in a lot of the surface area news stuff on this channel. And it's not because we're burying our heads in the sand or anything of that nature. It is because my husband and I have always been kind of the getting to the root of the problem people, okay? And we realized we both went through that intel hound phase where we were searching everywhere for the right information and what was going to happen and this and that. And we both had a Benny Hill moment, right? Where we got slapped on our foreheads and sat down and it was like, wait a minute. All this is surface stuff. All this is to create and churn emotions within us. All this is a way and a means of controlling our thinking. And so we let it go.
Yep.
We let it go.
You got to disconnect from the world.
If it brings someone else comfort, to worship Trump or any other man, woman, or child out there in the universe, then so be it. That may be the path for them. It is not my place to judge their path. I wish they would wake up, but that is not my place. My place is to try to spread love, try to spread light. That's yeah, you're right, Garrett. You're absolutely right. You are your own savior. If the creator is inside of you and you accept that God lives within you, resides right in the soul of you, if you accept that truth, then you are a creator. Now you need to do the work with your higher self, with your God self, and now you need to figure out how to make it better, right?
Yep.
The whole point of this entire human experience is to reconnect. We spend our entire lives yearning to reconnect to the source. Do we not?
Yes, ma'am.
So all this on the front, all this on the surface, if you guys are still watching mainstream news and all these intel people out there and you're still doing all that, take a couple days off and look within and then come back and tell me how you feel. Okay? Because some people will go right back to it and some people will not. And that is fine either way. But only you can tell. And if you're wrapped up in the current of emotion that's flowing through all that information and all that news and all, if you're wrapped up in the current of emotions, it can sometimes feel like you're drowning in them and you need to pull away. There's no shame in not swimming across the pond in one fell stroke. There's no shame in taking a break midway to rest your arms so you don't drown right before you reach shore.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think that's kind of important that if you are still following all that stuff, give yourself a couple days off. Give yourself a couple days off and think about it. Right on, Garrett. And I did follow that 17th letter of the alphabet there for a little bit. I thought it was very intriguing. I like codes and puzzles. I have a mind for that kind of stuff. And so for me, it was a challenge more than it was a following. And it was just a challenge to see things differently. And then I got to listening to some of these people talking about the different things. Like gematria and the different coding ways and this and that and the other. And meanwhile, they were all holding up their religion like it was a shield, talking about things that completely are digressive of their religion, right? And I don't care if you have religion. You're welcome to have religion. If you're trying to live by your faith, then that's really what matters to me more than the label you choose to wear, okay?
You don't need to be judging anything because God's the one to judge us, not you. You don't know what those people have gone through. You have not walked in their shoes.
No, well, and it's not even that, Crystal. It's not even that. It's people who claim to live by faith. And for me, this is the trigger for me. I have a problem with this. And I know I do. But the more I talk about it, the less of an issue I have with it because the more at peace I am in my own soul. But I will say this and I will share this because I think it's important that no matter if you're trying to live your faith and you're doing the best you can, then that is wonderful. If you are intentionally accepting things that other men tell you and trying to use said faith as a shield and condemn others with your faith while you turn around and do things that are supposedly against your faith. I have a problem with that. That's called hypocrisy, and I really don't care for it.
I,
And I can say that because I have been hypocritical in the past, very much so. And I try to be a better person today. We all have our own creeds that we have to live by, and that's all well and good. But I don't put my faith in any man.
One omelet, I'm using eggs and not smoked sausage.
sorry. Mama.
You're fine. There's my Bonnie.
Hey, Bonnie.
Bonnie. Uh-oh.
Oh, now can you hear me?
Yay! There she
Ma'am.
is.
How are y'all?
Pretty good.
I'm
How you
doing
doing?
great. Yeah, I'm doing great. How are you?
Pretty good. I was just listening to y'all. Your faith needs to be in yourself. Period.
Yep.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, not. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say period. But if you don't have faith in yourself, you can't have true faith in anything else.
See,
Well, that's-
there was a period there. It was an understood period.
You got to love yourself before you can love somebody else.
That too, yes.
And you know, we say those things a lot, but how many people do you know hear them and know the depth of the meanings behind them?
Not a lot.
So what's it mean to love yourself, to have faith in yourself? It's difficult. It's difficult to put into words, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not really. It's you're depending on yourself as much as you can. You're I'm going through this right now. You're learning to when you start self-care, first of all, is pampering yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever. And then as you do that, you're learning to love yourself as you are and not trying to make yourself what somebody else expects or wants you to be. And so while you're doing that, what are you doing? You're building confidence in yourself. In that confidence, then you are able to go further out from yourself and achieve the goals and successes that you want in your life. And it is up to you to choose those, not somebody else. And so in doing all of that, you're depending totally on yourself.
Could I put a step 1 in there for you?
If you want to.
She's like, I don't know. I'm on like 14 or something. So would you say then perhaps being able to see Creator within yourself and seeing the beauty of Creator within yourself would be maybe one of the most important steps to learning to love yourself and love from that place of Creator?
I'm not really sure about that. I know that what is said and done, and then no, because that all comes to boundaries and what you're letting in. Okay, yeah, probably, Heather.
I love you, Bonnie. I love you, honey. Hi, Pappy.
Hey, Pappy.
Hello, hello, hello.
You're making me think and my brain's not functioning.
Have another cup of coffee, hon.
Oh,
She's out of brain, Bonnie.
well, sometimes I'm like that too, like the Three Stooges. Hey, Bo, I'm trying to think, but nothing happened.
And look at that emoji.
Hi, Bo. Hi, Boo Boo.
What do you- Hi, Bo.
It's always good to know a puppy loves me.
As soon as I start talking, oh, I'm going to let him outside. I'll be right back.
Okay.
What do you call our picture? Icon?
Yeah, or audio avatar or something, I think is what it's called.
Oh, okay. You
Audio
see
avatar.
what his is?
Colorful balls.
Yeah,
We'll
but
call
do
it the
you,
ball pit. Welcome to the ball pit.
do you see what Pappy's is?
Yes.
Do you see those eyes looking at you?
You know, the Norse people, much like every other people, had a prophecy that in the time of the return of the white raven, because see, the Norse mythologies have a story about the raven, and the ravens set on the on Odin. He was the all father of the Norse mythologies. They sat on his shoulders, and they were his messengers, and they had all-seeing eyes, and they were both white originally, and then the one got burnt or singed in fire, and when he flew back, he was black. And so I think it was been about 2 years now, maybe less, maybe more, I'm not sure, that a white raven was spotted. And then, we've talked to Pappy about some of the other prophecies that the indigenous peoples have laid out. And we see this turning, right? This churning of the tide, so to speak, of the energy that we all are experiencing, the connections that we are all developing. And I can't help but think how all these different peoples all over the world in ancient times had prophecies about what is happening in our world today. And still, many are just not even giving them any kind of credence. But what if, and this is my big what if, I guess, for the day. Here you go, Monty. Here's something to study. What if the peoples of ages past are like children, and they were more closely connected and in tune with the creator than we are? What if we're those, how little kids would say we're the old people, even though we're not, but we're so adult, right? We've all just, we're so adult. We can think better than that. We can do this and that better than, what if those ancient tribes and those ancient peoples were way more connected than we are? And why shouldn't we start listening to some of the words that we see coming into fruition? And why shouldn't we start digging deeper into their stories and find out what else?
What else? What?
What else? What else haven't they told us? What else don't we know? What else do we need to do to achieve our highest potential? What else? What else? It's like, what if? It's a limitless, boundless question.
a lot of people just are lazy and don't want to look things up for themselves. They'd rather just go by what somebody says and take it as 100%.
Well, and I blame part of that on our society, because
Mhm.
how many generations have been indoctrinated into these school systems?
A lot.
They're not teaching children to be free thinkers and to discover and research on their own. They're teaching children, you believe what I teach you because that's what I taught you, and that is the right way. And if you think differently, then you're strange, you're weird, you're different, you're stupid, you're this, you're that, you're the other. And yes, there are teachers that do that to children even today.
So, what if you're that connected to the creator that that's where you find all of your answers?
Exactly. What if,
So,
huh? Doesn't that just open up a whole boundless world of possibilities for you?
but there wouldn't be any research involved. It's it's
Oh, yes, there's much research involved.
it's
The
through the
research,
guidance of the creator.
yeah. But you have to go within to get that guidance. And sometimes those paths are really, really windy, knotty. They circle back on themselves in certain areas. It is not an easy path to go within. It's not a straight shot. It never has been, because we build these roads within ourselves away from our creator spark as we grow into adulthood. The more we think we know, the less we actually do. Because the more we think we know, the more we turn away from our intuitive side, our spirit guidance, our soul, our connection with the creator, our creator that's inside of us. And I see my creator just sitting on a rock, meditating, waiting for me to get there as I travel the road to go inward. Way more patient than I am, tell you that. But I know the roads that I've built up and the walls I have to scale to get to the center. And I know that I put all of them in place. And some of them are really crappy workmanship. So researching, think about that word, right? We know what connotations have been put on that in today's society. But if you break it down, research, you're going to search again. That implies that you've already done it. That implies that you've already been there. And I think you probably have. You guys have heard me say, try to see through the eyes of a child, because they're way more connected than we are, right? Try to see the world through the eyes of that beautiful little grandbaby you have. See the wonderment, see the newness, see the life. Be giddy about sunshine hitting the tree just right, you know? And I think about the joy she takes in all the little things.
Hey, Chef.
I don't know. I know I have a weird, different way of looking at stuff, but that's okay. They're my eyes.
No, I'm not saying it's weird. I'm just seeing it in a different way, I guess.
Well, we all look. We've all talked about it a bunch, and all right. So we pretty much,
And
this group, we accept that there's that inside of us, right? But that
right,
just because we know it's there doesn't mean we immediately have access to it with the knowledge that it's there. You may have to work to get to it. You may have to rewalk some of the roads that you created to get to it.
And that's where we have the different paths.
Exactly.
That's where my path
Ah, same different path.
in
Yes.
a different way than your path is to find that inner.
Yes. Because we've lived different lives. So we've created different roadblocks in different areas against different ideas and different people and different this and different that, depending on what we've experienced in our lives. So it is the same different path.
Right.
Come on, Bo, hurry up and get back. Picking Pappy. I know you're listening.
Happy.
Yeah, you're right, Greta. You have to, that voice of discernment is your higher self, your spirit self telling you what is and what is not. So you have to listen to that. And you have to do that through prayer or meditation or whatever form you use. But that's how you do it.
Happy's crow looks like it's staring right at you.
I told you.
I say this, everybody's saying 19th, 11/19, Friday the 19th. Okay. So
I don't know what that means.
supposedly there's some big event happening. So here's one event that I know for certain is happening on 11/19 that no man can make not happen. And that is a lunar eclipse. There will be a lunar eclipse that should be visible from most of the northern part of the United States. Not everybody will get to see it. That's how that works out. But if
For
you're
3 hours.
if you're putting lock, stock, and barrel in these dates that other folks give out, I would ask you to consider once again that if we peasants, and I'm air quoting here, know the plan, then don't the bad guys. If it's public information. So the only event that I know happening tomorrow is going to be a lunar eclipse. And actually, it'll be starting tonight about 2 a.m., which will technically be 11/19.
And if we can get out of bed, that'll be an event.
We'll probably just be getting off your show about that time. I'll just have to keep my eyes peeled open a little bit longer.
But it was going to be during the day. You said a lunar eclipse, though, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am. Lunar eclipse.
Okay.
I don't go by days.
Oh, honey, you're Shep, you're fine. The other day when you were expecting something to happen and it didn't, and you were crying over on Jeff's, my heart was going out to you so bad, and I just wanted to hug you, love, and I just wanted to share my love with you because it really hurt me that you were in pain like that, and I understand because I have been there, but that's why I had to let it go, because these people were causing me pain and I was allowing it to happen. Happy's back.
Yeah, the dogs are inside.
Mhm.
Kids are coming home from school, walking by and stuff like that, and they like to get out there and greet them. It makes the kids walk by faster. So, kind of mixed energies today, huh?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, it's we're in that transition time, the highs and the lows,
Yep.
It'll settle itself out eventually when it gets in the right place at the right time, I guess. That's all part of the times that we live in.
Yep.
This is true.
Does anyone hear the ringing?
Yes.
Good. That's a good thing. You know why?
Right here.
You know why it's a good thing?
Why?
Well, first off, it lets us know that maybe our ears are working, okay, or we have preset alarms within us that let us know that change is afoot, and the alarm goes off, and lets us do something about it. Kind of reminded me of a teaching that I'm often fond of passing along to people. Modern contemporary life has become so friggin' complex and diversified, that we sometimes become utterly befuddled when it comes time to make a choice on the best approach to doing something or accomplishing something with our lives, which way we want to go. There are multitudes of different types, models, and functions of everything, from ideas, beliefs, preferences, and religions. You find yourself swayed one way or another in trying to discover your own path. It's confusing, isn't it? Frustrating too at times. All different pathways are there inviting you to travel them, but it comes down to which one. Now, I'd like to have you consider a teaching that I found to be a profound truth for me. And it was given when I heard a Native American spiritual man by the name of John Running Deer. He's crossed over now. And he was speaking to a gathering of multicultural people at a gathering. He stated, and I'm going to kind of paraphrase what he said. He says, all of you people standing here in the circle have different phones with you. Some have AT&T, some have Verizon, some have Sprint, and some have other carriers. Most of those phones are made by different makers too, and you have different models too. The one thing they have in common is they work when you use them properly. And what John was trying to say, and what he was actually putting out to people, is that Creator Spirit is the destination of your call. And they go through no matter what brand or model of phone you're using. The important thing is whether you're dialing the number. And you hit send. Not the makes, not the models, or how many other functions your phone has. Use the phone you have to make the call and hit send. Do you hear it ringing?
Thank you.
Well, the phone rings when you make a call. The phone rings when you receive a call.
Right.
Same but different.
Yep. So we're all making a call and we're all receiving answers. Sometimes we're told to wait for the answer to clarify itself. Sometimes you bump into somebody that gives you a little insight into it and you get clarity from them.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they give clarity to us. All things in their own time. And sometimes no answer is the answer because you didn't ask the right question.
Oops.
The question that you asked might not even be relevant. We don't know that. And that gets us to coming back to look at what is it that we're really asking for? Is it of any real worth to us, what we're asking for? What is the importance of what it is that we're yearning for? What is the real value of it? And that's why I say we try to filter through our heart center.
Right.
Mine is to grow closer to my Creator and get in depth and read His Word and soak myself in it to where when I go around others, they can feel the love and the compassion.
Well, you know, as we read the word, regardless of the book that you're reading it from, okay, if it is your spiritual path that you're reading about, each time that you read it, it will change. It might say
Yeah.
the same words and have the same phrase, but it does not have the same meaning again. And why is that?
Because you're changing.
Well, because absolutely, you are transitioning into a new position around the campfire, and you see that central fire now from a different position. And you're carrying with you the knowledge that you gained from it before. So that way, you understand that the word, the original word is let it be so, as Creator said and brought us into creation. The original word is dynamic and living. So are we. The word doesn't change. The application of the word changes because we were meant to change. And when you're walking in the word, when you're walking in the spirit, so to speak, you know you're walking back to there where you came from. You know, that's the pathway we know we're on. Everybody's on it. Nobody escapes it. They may think they do. You know, everyone's looking for immortality here on earth. It will do you no good when you finally get over to the spirit world and find out that our material time had no meaning there. There was no material time there. You know, so literally, are we wasting time here? You know,
No.
are we paying too much attention to time here? You know,
I'm like Heather.
we keep paying attention to yesterday and tomorrow. We should be paying attention to the second we're in because it's gone. It's already gone. You know, saying it's fleeting.
That's true.
I'm
That's
like Heather. I want to send out love and light.
what I keep telling everybody. Live each day like it's your last.
Amen.
If you do that, and if that's your goal, just do it every day. It becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
You don't have to get to a certain place to get that. It's already a part of you. If that's your desire, it's in you already.
Yep. You know, the thing is that with the wonders of creation, you know, and we've all got that spark of creation within us. We started out as love and light.
Yes.
Yep.
So really, we are love and light because that's what we are. You know, we just don't express love and light because we don't remember who we are. We have a forgetting, and that's part of the process that Creator gave to us. Because I'm going to give you love and light, but you're going to be born in darkness, and then you're going to have to open your eyes to a different light and find the true love and light.
Well, we're not born evil. You know what I mean? We're
No,
born
we're not.
innocent, and we are taught the other part.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody is born evil. I don't believe that at all. You know, just like our bodies are the results of the foods that we eat, the water we drink, the air that we breathe, the minerals that are taken in, the nutrients and stuff like that, so also is our thinking process. So also are our thoughts and our emotions. Okay, and we apply those we use those the same way we use our body. And if you don't know any different, you are what you've been fed. And you become what you feed. So that's why it's always important to remember which wolf do you want to feed.
Yes. That's why I stopped watching a lot of the stuff. I didn't want to feed that to myself anymore.
Yeah.
I wanted something deeper, more meaningful for me. But we all have to make those decisions on our own, you know?
Free choice, free will. That's a great gift. Doesn't come without any, and it doesn't come with any instruction manual either. You're on your own to learn it because you learn from your feedback.
Well, you got two roads you can walk down, and it's your choice which one you want to walk down.
Big brother.
Hey, Robert.
I think there's a whole lot more than that, Crystal.
I
I think
Well,
we each
Robert's
have.
been shuffling the cards.
Yeah, I didn't notice that you jumped out the window. Out the windowsill.
Before I forget this, while I love every one of you, Crystal, thank you for coming up, honey, and keeping me afloat for that first hour.
Well, we were watching
No
you.
problem.
Oh, I know. You guys had your ears on today. I know you did.
Yeah, we were watching from the windowsill.
You could tell I was struggling. But I enjoyed our conversation a lot, and I wanted to before I forget and do something else and get off track, I wanted to say thank you for you coming up and joining me and having a conversation with me.
Well, I hope I didn't sound crazy.
You can't be crazier than me, and it's my channel, so it's all welcome here.
You sounded
I've got
human to me.
papers. I've got papers that say it.
You don't sound crazy. You just have to find, with me, I have to find my block. What's blocking what I need?
Now you got it, Bonnie. What's blocking what I am searching for? How do I remove this obstacle so I can find my answers?
And that's what I'm doing.
I love you.
Hi, Lisa. I love you too.
Love you.
I'm not painting or coloring yet, Lisa. I will tonight though.
Yeah, I'm going to be painting later too.
Oh yes. Ooh, what color's the room gonna be?
You're going to be painting the bedroom almost like a deep rose maroon color.
Oh,
Ooh. Get some white lights in there because yellow lights will, well, I don't know, yellow lights might give it a violet look. That might be cool too.
I know. Most of the time when I'm in there, I'll have my eyes closed.
Yeah.
Right?
I like taking Christmas lights and running them around the room to where you plug it in and turn off the lights. It's so calming.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, when I had my teepee up out there, I took those string lights that you can buy?
Yeah.
They're the rope lights with the little LEDs in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of those, and I'd run them around the inside of that teepee about 3 or 4 times. And I'd plug that in at night, and boy, it would just glow from inside.
I think it's our eyes. I don't know. There's something about that low light wattage that is calming. I think we have too much fluorescent lighting and all these bright lights all the time that
Oh yeah. Well, you
I
know,
like
if you've ever lit by candlelight or those salt lamps
Mhm.
and the diffused light that comes out, it's a different type of energy. It's a different type of frequency.
I have one of them salt lamps, and I've always thought candles make a home. It just makes it more homier.
Yep.
Go ahead, Robert.
I was wondering, is Robert gonna?
I'm just going over this a little bit. A lot of noise on over here today.
Yeah?
Really?
Hmm.
I need to move the road further away.
Yeah, that'll work.
Oh man,
Or get better mufflers on the vehicles.
I know this is supposed to be California too. I'll just listen and in chat also. So I picked a card and I wasn't happy with it. And I never re-picked a card ever. This time I did, because it didn't go with this flow. It didn't go along with what I was seeing and hearing. So I choose another card. First time ever.
Well, is this the second card you just now picked, Robert?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you feel comfortable, you read what card you're going to feel comfortable with. But I just had a thought come to me.
Okay. The first
the first card that you picked probably has a thought that you hadn't thought of in there.
Okay.
It might have been for you.
You want to read it? It was
Well, no.
Porcupine. Porcupine was the first card.
Yeah.
But this feels more like it. I pulled the Moose card. Moose, help me to honor the gifts I can give and recognize my worthiness as long as I live. Moose is found in the north of the medicine wheel, as is buffalo. North represents the place of wisdom. Self-esteem is the medicine of moose because it represents the power of recognizing that wisdom has been used in a situation and that recognition or a pat on the back is deserved. Moose is the largest member of the deer family and has great strength. The call of the male moose is an awesome thing to hear on a musky spring night. His pride in his maleness and his desire to share his seed with the moose cow are displays of his sense of self-esteem. The bellow of a male moose can be viewed as a positive force, since it represents his willingness to tell the world about his feelings. This tell the world trait contains a joyfulness which only comes with a sense of accomplishment. There is no greater joy than a job well done. This trait is therefore not a seeking of approval, but rather an enjoyment of sharing, because of the spontaneous explosion of joy that comes from the deepest part of one's being. The wisdom woven throughout this scenario is that creation constantly brings forth new ideas and further creation. Moose is telling us that the joy should be shouted with pride. The wisdom in doing this shouting is that the joy is catching. In a sense, the bellowing is a way for all of us to lighten up and give ourselves or each other a well done. Moose medicine people have the ability to know when to use the gentleness of deer and when to activate the stampede of buffalo. They understand the balance between giving orders to get things done and having a willingness to do things themselves. The wisdom of moose medicine is akin to the grandfather warrior who has long since put away his war paint and is now advising the young bucks to cool their blood. Moose medicine is often found in elders who have walked the good red road and have seen many things in their earth walk. Their joy lies in being the teachers of the children and in being the first ones to give encouragement. This is not to say that moose medicine people do not use their wisdom to warn as well as to give praise, because they do. Moose medicine people know what to say, and then to say it, and to whom. The elders are honored in tribal law for their gifts of wisdom, for their teaching abilities, and for the calmness they impart in counsel. If you are wise beyond your years and have the gifts of moose medicine, use this gift to encourage others to learn and grow. There are many facets to the wisdom of moose medicine. If you have chosen the moose card, you have reason to feel good about something you have accomplished on your journey. This may be a habit you have broken, a completion of some sort, an insight on a goal, or a new sense of self that you have fought hard to earn. It is a time of feeling harmonious. It is a time of feeling harmonious pride and recognizing those who aided in your progress. One good exercise in moose medicine is to write down the things that you can love about yourself and your progress in life. Then apply these same things to friends, family, co-workers, and life. Don't forget to share the findings with others. They need the encouragement as much as you do.
What's your
Wow.
feelings? Who is it for, Robert?
Happy.
It's for
I think it was for you, Connie.
crystals, you got to look at the good things that you have done on your path, not everyone else's. And once you write this stuff down, you can then you'll have something good to share. Because with all the negativity you mentioned, it has to be your positive. There's got to be a chunk of positivity there that you need to be congratulated for. You understand?
Yes, sir.
We can, it's that victimhood thing. You can look at how bad things are, or you can look on how much good things you have in your hand today. That's what keeps me flying. Okay, that's the only thing that keeps me flying. I've met you guys, you great people, and you know what? I've met some crap people all my life, and I've avoided it all. And then now it leads me to here.
You are such a beautiful soul, Robert.
Yes.
You all are.
Yes, he is.
I am honored to sit with you guys and talk with you all every day.
Robert, you know who needs to pay attention to that card? I know that you feel that you were reading that, for someone here that needs it, and you're correct. Okay, but I want you to remember, when you're sending out medicine, when we're sending out healing, when we're sending out teachings, we're receiving at the same time. Many of the things that have been going on in Robert's life lately have involved the creatures, the winged creatures, the flying free. And now today he pulls two cards. Both of them are four-legged on the ground. Okay. And this one in particular that you just read, Robert, as you were reading it, I was applying it to you because that's you. I want you to reread that from your eyes now. Okay. Not, you don't need to do it, to yourself, but when you reread that again to yourself, okay, you're going to pick up on something that is another part of your medicine. That's going to ground the two. Okay, because you are flying, and Moose is saying, "Let me grab that string of your balloon, which is getting ready to fly away, and wrap it in my antlers and hold it tight, so that you can be free floating up there in the balloon and see with the eyes of eagle at the same time as of walking through all the different terrains on the earth that Moose is capable of moving through, including the deep waters." So that's one of your balance totems, I think.
Do you know what? Yeah, I know that. I woke up and I listened to I listened to a guy I know, and it was about balance. And then again, the first card was porcupine. We know what porcupine means. Don't give up that childhood thing.
Yeah, well, you get on there and have fun.
Right.
You know, get out there and have fun while you're doing it, because you know you're on the right path. We're all on the right path. We're all in different places on the path. You know.
Oh, and you know what you said that touched me one time? You said, I don't know if you said, I'm reading the card from the other side of the campfire. That's what it seems like I'm doing exactly.
Yeah.
When I try to choose a card for the group, it's like I'm not where I'm supposed to be at the campsite, a campfire. I'm on the other side, reading back this way too.
Yeah. Well, if you stop and take a look at you're pointing at somebody and saying, "This is for you," but you're forgetting the three fingers facing back at you.
Right. Exactly.
You know, as we send, we receive.
Do you know what I mean about the opposite side of the campfire?
Oh yeah.
I've never picked for a group before, so that was like, I'm sitting over there tonight. You know, it's like I'm not sitting where I usually sit. It's funny.
Yep.
Is it the north?
You know, but Happy knows what I mean.
Yeah, when you sit in the north, in the power of the north, you're sitting with your back to the power of the north, and you're facing the central fire. You're facing south, which is the direction of family, unity, youthfulness, things of this nature. So it's the elders talking to the young ones.
Yep.
It's the teacher talking to the students.
Oh yeah, the north is to my back, so I'm facing north, so I'm getting the power from the north.
Yeah, you're sitting in the power of the north.
Yep.
Y'all believe in auras around?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Everything has an aura. Everything has a spirit. Everything.
Everything has an energy.
I do too.
Well, you just transitioned into something that I want to bring up. Did anyone read Anna's comment in the comment section?
Yes.
I
Yes.
did.
You know what you took off?
Anna says, I've been seeing a flashing with my right eye. Okay. Kind of like
Oh, she's back.
up and down tear in a film in a projector, where the light shines through into my eye. First off, Anna, I've been having that on and off. It's stopped now. Maybe it's moved to you, but I've had that on and off for almost 3 weeks.
I've had it for 3 years.
I very much believe that is the veil.
I do too.
And that is the tear in the veil where the energy is coming through. I think you're perceiving it. I think I perceive it. Other people that I've spoken with have also had this photo phenomena going on in their eyes. They're seeing these things. We're seeing different frequencies now. So I think that is just something that's going on. I think more of us will experience it. I don't think you got glaucoma. I don't think you got cataracts or that other thing. You know?
No, because I had my eye doctor check my eyes, and she said I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
So,
And Jeff and I have been having that too, but we assumed that it was the veil thinning. We just assumed that it was this new energy coming in, and kind of, for me, it looks more like smears on photo tape instead of tears.
Yeah. It'll be to everybody's capability. But the reason I brought it up is Crystal's statement, okay, or the question about the auras. Okay, if you're given the abilities, you will see these things. Okay, some people already had those abilities. Other people will start seeing them, not only in just people, but in all living things. Even rocks have auras.
right.
There's an energy that emanates from everything. It's going to be quite a beautiful way of seeing things, I think, because you cannot hide the truth in an aura.
Nope.
It's going to be so exciting.
And it changes with the moods, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or
Well, you guys felt the energy shift after Pappy and Robert both came up as well, right?
Yes.
Each time one of you joined panel today, the energy shifted and changed.
Well, I
Yeah,
hope I
well,
wasn't giving
no,
off bad
Jake.
energy.
No,
No, no. It becomes. I don't know how to say that. Timing's everything.
So you need to lose some words
Everything
out of your vocabulary.
Who, me, Pappy?
Did you hear what I said, Crystal? I said you need to lose some words out of your vocabulary.
There's a power.
Which one of them?
Huh? Bad. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry.
You know what
Crazy.
You know what helped me to become successful? I took can't out of my vocabulary.
Yeah, my mom used to have a saying, there ain't no such thing as can't.
Right.
It ain't even in the, she said, and it ain't even in the vocabulary, like you said.
I was very successful.
I'm going to give you a challenge that was given to me in my youth by a friend of mine, because I used to be an I'm sorry person all the time until it was pointed out to me that I was trying to apologize, and instead I was calling myself names.
I love folks.
Yeah.
So don't be sorry. If you feel the need to apologize, by all means, apologize, but don't be sorry.
I spoke to my sister almost about the same thing earlier today when I was talking to her on the phone, you know, and because I was joshing with her and stuff, I said, you know, we always used to blame, you know, Mom would ask us who did what in the house, and we'd say nobody, you know, so we had a Mr. Nobody. But I told my sister, I said, well, most of the time we looked at you and we said we didn't know, you know, so it would shift the blame over there to my sister. And my sister was one of those that would come up to you and say, I'm going to tell my mommy on me. She did it. And then you look over and say, okay, I did it. And that in itself, although endearing and cute and all that sort of stuff, was another negative that she was applying to herself.
Yep.
You know, so.
And we do it unknowingly, most of us.
Yeah.
But once you know, you don't have an excuse.
Here's another teaching from Seven Arrows. Listen, I just got it listed down as, you know, just elder sayings. And it's a bunch of rhetorical questions. Okay, the first one is, what is poison? Anything beyond what we need is a poison. It can be power, laziness, food, ego, ambition, vanity, fear, anger, or whatever. What is fear? Fear is non-acceptance of an uncertainty. If we accept uncertainty, it becomes adventure. What is envy? Non-acceptance of good in the other. If we accept good, it becomes inspiration. What is anger? Non-acceptance of what is beyond our control. If we accept, it becomes tolerance. What is hate? Non-acceptance of people as they are. If we accept unconditionally, it becomes love. And what's the one thing that changes each one of these things?
Love.
Intent.
Intent. Okay.
Intent to be what? In harmony. Intent that thoughts that go out are first filtered through the heart center. Intent that which passes off our tongue to the ears of another or actions that go to the eyes of another have first gone through the filter. We want to filter them through so that we don't inadvertently give them a gift that keeps on giving unintentionally.
Hmm.
Something to think about, huh?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Hmm.
And I was at that.
Heather, I would love to be in those woods you caught up there on your. It's so beautiful.
Well, someday you'll have to come visit me, and then you'll be in them.
I would love to come down there with Travis and them. It's just, I'm way in Florida.
Oh, I know. You delicate southern flowers can't handle these colder northern temps.
Nope.
I can't even down here.
I'm just messing. I'm just playing with you guys.
It's 61 today, and I got on my sweats and my army sweatshirt. And
It got to 65 up here today.
wow.
It's going to get maybe to 45 tomorrow.
Ooh,
Oh, goodness.
big spender.
It's warm down the week down here, but these couple past weekends, it's been a little bit chilly. More than usual.
Well, you know what
Well.
happens when they say when it's chilly, it's time to make chili.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I found somebody. You're not going to believe this. Everybody makes chili different, right? Everybody has a secret ingredient, a certain way that they make chili. I've never in my life met anyone that makes chili the way I do and uses my same secret ingredient, except for my big brother down there.
That's funny, isn't
That was so cool.
it?
You ever heard of white chili?
Yes, ma'am.
That's
I want
pretty good.
I want to learn green chili.
Mm.
That is so good. What the green chili I had was it's still in my aura.
That sounds like
Got some
spicy
different
chili.
recipes.
It's still in your aura.
I can't get rid of it. I know
That's an interesting name for it.
or I don't know what to call it. It's in me, man. I know the taste of really good.
What's the color of that smell?
Green.
I wonder if
I
the
bet
green
you
chili-
didn't
I don't
come
know.
out smelling like it did when he ate it.
Yeah. I bet you Victor knows. Where's our Victor? He knows. I know. I bet he knows.
You know, there's something to be said for the color of taste or the color of scent. Did you know that? Like, think about when you go outside after a rain. What do you smell? And what do you see? What do you think of? Because for me, and I'll just share, like for me, I smell the earth, and it's a very warm, deep brown color. It's very comforting. It's very embracing. And then when we're out walking in the springtime and you see all the lovely new growth and things, and there's a smell, that the smell of life, that life coming back, springing back. And that for me is a very vibrant green. Hi, Bobo. There's my puppy.
Very cute.
Yeah, it's like a feeling when you water your garden, go to bed, and wake up and go back out to your garden in the morning, and you go, "Wow." You know? Something happened, and it's good, you know.
Has anybody ever smelt the rain coming?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Especially here.
I'm a good forecaster. My body feels it.
Well, you know, some of us with arthritis, the atmospheric changes. I mean, if we get all technical about it, it changes the pressure inside our joints, and we're pretty good predictors of it sometimes too.
Well, I got fibromyalgia, and it's like all my nerve endings fire backwards, and I can feel when it's going to be rainy or cold.
Well, you've been keeping a scorecard on how accurate your weather forecasters are down there with that?
No,
Yeah. They don't have that too much when I moved here. You know that, you guys? I was the same way. 'Cause I hurt my right ankle real bad, and
I love the smell of fresh cut grass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's sweetgrass right there. That is the smell of sweetgrass.
Mm.
When we had our guest up the other day, and she was talking about weaving into the hair and everything like that, that reminded me of one of the things that many Native American women would do. They would weave sweetgrass into their hair because of the wonderful smell of it, like that fresh mown hay.
Mm-hmm.
And they would pack sweetgrass braids with their clothing and things of that nature. And what's interesting about the sweetgrass, even though it dries out, anytime there's any moisture in the air, all you got to do is rub it, and the smell comes right back out again.
Oh, that's awesome.
Even braids that are years and years old.
Their perfume.
Yeah, they always considered it Mother Earth's hair.
Beautiful.
Yeah, sweetgrass, unlike other grasses, they don't grow a seed head, and the grass itself grows unjointed. So you can get blades of grass that are 2 foot. Sometimes, well, they used to be able to get 3 foot long, and it it spreads by sending out its roots under the ground. So that grass is just a wonderful grass to braid. I grow it every year in a little pot here.
Oh my goodness.
Must be time for the mailman.
Oh, it's probably somebody walking down the street. Mailman's come and gone.
How old is Bo? Have y'all heard that?
what?
Do you know how old Bo is?
No.
Mm.
Happy holidays, Bo.
I think
He's like, wait, Bo's still barking. He's telling us.
Yeah, he's over here still talking.
I'd say 5 years old. Just for guessing, just 5.
That's what I was thinking around there. But I don't know.
Nah, I'm thinking he's older than that. I'm thinking he's probably about 7 or 8.
All right.
We'll have to let Pappy tell us.
Mm.
What you guess, Crystal?
Excuse me, sir. My attention went somewhere.
Take a guess on how old you think Bo is.
How old?
Yeah.
Everybody undershot it.
6 years old.
No,
Undershot?
older than that.
10?
No, he's younger than 10.
8.
Okay. Well, I said 8.
He's 9.
Oh.
9. Ah, I was close.
He and Kaikua both are 9. They're 1 month apart.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think
that I
Riley's
remember.
that's the same age as Riley. He's getting up there.
Yeah. He doesn't know he's 9. He still thinks he's a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Between his ears, he's got the smarts of the puppy sometime, although he's getting wiser as he gets older. He knows that he can whine enough that I'll sit up in the morning and get up before I want to get up. That way he can go over and steal my pillow.
That's what my cats do. If I get up, they immediately come and lay down in my butt spot. And they're like, move your feet, lose your seat, Mom.
Yeah.
Every time.
My dog is like 4 or 5 months old. And sometimes I wonder if he's got a brain. I'm serious.
hound in him?
No, he's a red-nosed Gottie pit with American Bulldog in him, and he is hard-headed.
Okay. Well, a little bit about those breeds is the Bulldog is much like the Hound Dog, and there are a couple other breeds, and they literally stay forever puppies, like until they get to a ripe old age. They have a puppyish type of playfulness and mentality that they go about their entire lives until they reach a certain age, and then they finally settle down into, okay, I guess I'm finally an adult.
I
I
get
think
on
some
to
people are
him.
made that way too.
Yeah, I get on to him, and he'll turn and look at me and go do the same thing again, like a 2-year-old.
Oh,
Have a great day, Lisa.
Bo just yelled at me for sharing his secrets. He told me not to anymore. It's okay, Bobo. I still love you.
he's telling me to shut your mic off and want to talk.
I bet he
He's
doesn't
got
leave.
something. Oops, sorry. Go ahead, Bonnie.
I bet he doesn't leave Pappy's side.
Oh, I doubt it. Look at how lovey he was the other day when Pappy had to go to town for a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Badger, there you are. Good to see you.
He acts like I was on deployment for a year anytime I leave. Howdy, Chuck. Good to see you.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, Jack.
Corlin's flying to Washington tomorrow.
You know they're going to be getting some severe weather up there.
She's going to see her boy, I guess.
Mm.
All right, check the weather before she leaves in case she has to reschedule a flight home. Just saying. We're fast approaching the holidays, and you know that there's always nasty weather around the holidays.
I know.
That means that Robert's going to get to be a geographical bachelor.
Yep, I'll be free. I'll be free. I'll be free. What am I going to do? I'm just happy sitting here talking to you guys, enjoying the woods.
Corlin knows there's nothing to worry about. She knows you're just going to hang out with us.
Yep, she knows.
Don't worry, Corlin. We'll remind him to lock the chickens and to let them out.
What do you call that? Her sister studies stuff too, man. Like to do.
You let
Right
her know
on.
that she's flying with our good blessings.
Yep. Okay. Jeez.
Tell her to bring you back a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch or something.
That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
That's
I went to Washington and all I got was this DNA evidence that Sasquatch existed that nobody will test for me. That would be a T-shirt.
that you remember what Heather said earlier about the chili thing? I heard Raina say something that I thought no one else did either. I use my telescope to look into the trees. So does Raina. That is funny. It's so hard to spot. It's so hard to spot a star and pick it out and then put the telescope on it that I converted it into looking through the trees so I can see stuff. Birds, different birds and stuff.
I was so pleased she shared that story with you too, because she doesn't share that with hardly anybody. It's one of those things she just kind of keeps to herself. She knows she can talk to us about it, but to see her like telling you about it was so cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
It makes a mama's heart happy. It sure does.
That's cool. Did you tell her I live? That's why I like to live up here. They might be here,
No, big brother, that's for you to tell her.
Oh, I should have told her that. I'll just bring that up next time she comes on.
I never got into the stars and all that kind of stuff till I've gotten older. I wish I could be somewhere where I could see all the stars and stuff like that.
Are you in the city then?
No, I'm like 45 minutes outside of Jacksonville. Just a little bitty country town. You blink, you be through it.
You should be able to see. You should be able to see clearly. As long as you're not living in freaking like San Francisco.
I was gonna say you should still be able to see stars.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a lot of light pollution in the cities, but
Yeah.
anytime you get away from some of that light pollution, more and more the sky opens up for your viewing pleasure.
I want a telescope.
Or
Well, so did Raina, but it just didn't work for the stars. It wasn't really showing any. It's a kid's telescope. It's not a really nice one or anything, but she was very interested in checking out the stars and things. And so we had gotten her that for Christmas one year. And then when she figured out that she wasn't able to actually see the stars that far away in that little telescope, she decided to start using it to explore the woods.
hey, is Monty still down in there?
I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
I know. I'm saving up for a pair of binoculars. It's my next.
Right on.
I don't like binoculars no more either. Since I got glasses, you know that?
Do what?
I don't like binoculars no more since I had to get glasses.
Get
I used to have
your monocle.
I had 3 pairs of those things. And now I got glasses. I didn't have one. Okay, I just got rid of it. And Corlene's got a pair.
They don't work with glasses.
You got to find the ones that do. I didn't know that.
It's difficult with glasses.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
I heard
Not
something
impossible.
interesting.
yet.
If you get a telescope that has infrared capability, they said you would be surprised at what you would see up there when you're searching the stars. It's funny,
Yes,
technology
it'll do.
does give us some abilities beyond our capabilities. Okay, so that's why you see these people will take pictures and they got all these anomalies and stuff in the camera that sees more than our eyes can see, and all of a sudden it's captured there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Kind of lead you into seeing the unknown. You know what I mean? Anything is possible.
Heather, did you send Pappy that video
Which video?
about the Aurora Borealis?
No, but I can.
He'd like
Well,
that.
I have to
That's-
send it from Jeff's or find the thing.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I
it
swear- I
was
swear,
very
Pappy.
interesting.
I swear,
Or
Pappy,
you could just email it to me or whatever. That's fine.
that one shot looks like there's a Black Panther or a big black cat walking across the sky, man. It's cool.
Fire in the sky.
Black cat.
I tell you, we watched it several times because there was so much going on in those energy fields of the Aurora Borealis that we
Yeah.
actually watched that video probably 15 times before we showed it to you, just looking at all the different things.
I need to see it again. Can you send it to me too?
Yeah,
I want to see that.
yeah, you have to let me find it.
Okay. I want
Kind
to.
of makes me wonder, what crystals would do if they're charged up in that energy. Somebody that's further north and would charge up a crystal cluster or something. What kind of energy would be in that?
Yeah. Put a whole
Very-
set in there.
Y'all ever heard of taking water and putting it out there when it's a full moon?
Oh yeah.
It charges the water.
Yep. There's specific ceremonies for that crystal. That's woman's medicine, Moontime Lodge medicine.
And the
Hold on, I'm going to try to pull this link up. So I'm going to mute myself and let you guys talk amongst yourself for a moment.
I remember when I was little, me and my mom and my sister would go on the deck and put blankets down and watch the shooting stars.
I used to take all the kids outside and we'd lay on top of the car watching them. Or go down by the river. and
That's
watch
like laying out a mosquito buffet.
Back then I didn't even pay attention to the mosquitoes. They never bothered me.
That's crazy because they never bother me too, but it makes me wonder if one bit me and went back and told the others to leave me alone because of my medications that's in my body.
They munch on me now, but I just don't remember them doing that back then. My grandbaby's allergic to them.
Yeah. It's too bad. I'm a tick magnet myself.
I'm posting the link in the chat, and I'm also going to post it in the private chat here for you guys. This is the one that Jeff and I found last night.
Thank you.
Happy, did you read Chuck?
Yeah, I've seen those videos where it actually shows the aircraft moving over the surface of the moon.
Now, you remember the fellow that Lisa asked us to pray for last night, Mr. Mike Morales?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that gentleman captures, he captures a lot of movement in the sky as well. And he'll tell you which ones are satellites and show you, and which ones aren't.
I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Melissa Redfield, The World.
Yeah.
She does a lot of the constellations and stuff like that.
Well, I think there might be living organisms up there.
And ain't no telling what they sent up there that we don't know.
Well, we might not know what they're finding up there that we don't know about either, because they sure ain't going to tell us.
Oh, no.
They ain't going to tell us if they get up to a certain point and they bump against the dome.
Well, you know what I always say? We don't know what we don't know.
Wouldn't that be something?
Well, I'm thinking just about time to run and get me a nice snack before I lay down and take a nap here at 5 o'clock. And I probably won't see y'all tonight on the channel that comes on at 8 o'clock, because I think I'm going to slap some paint on the wall for a couple of hours before Bonnie's campfire. That way I can come in all covered with paint and everything, and maybe I'll be camouflaged.
We would still recognize you anywhere. If you're going up to the house, take water bottles with you. All right. Well, why don't we go ahead and do some final thoughts? Spread the love, Bo.
That boy.
All right. So we'll go ladies first. Crystal, Bonnie, Robert, Pappy. You guys want to do final thoughts?
You want to go first, Bonnie?
No.
Mine is love, light, and happiness. Let it shine upon you. And I love everyone up here and everyone in chat.
We love you too, Crystal.
How did Robert fall out? I still see him up here.
I do too.
He's still Chuck.
Yeah.
Good one, Chuck. Just everybody have a good day and stay positive.
All right. Pappy, I think you're up. Robert said he dropped out. I love you, big brother. I will see you tonight.
Okay, I still see his icon over here, but he's
I
he's
do too.
he's playing Sneaky Pete over there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right, Robert. Well, my final thought of the day is this. You know, we have encounters through our life, and some are more memorable than others. Okay, but all will treat you sweetly if you treat them that way inside on an energy level. Whether to the outward appearance, they're not giving you that verification. Down at the spiritual level, they recognize that sameness, and even though they aren't able to speak it in the place that they are now, realize that it's still there. It's been recorded by the one that put that spirit center there. Okay, so don't hesitate to give people your best and put it out there. You know, it doesn't make you vulnerable. It just makes you stronger than they are. It makes you more stable than a lot of people are. And my final thought is I'm having a special today on dog spit if you would like some.
If
I'll get
only
enough from mine.
Send me a quart.
We'll see y'all.
Bye, Pappy.
Bye.
Love you.
Well, I love all of you, and I thank you all for coming up and chatting with me today. And we will see you all around the campfire at Bonnie's this evening. And have a blessed day. Try to keep your vibes high. And if you come tonight, bring marshmallows.
Thank you for having us, Heather.
Absolutely. I love y'all.
Love
Thank
you.
y'all. We'll see you tonight, okay?
See everybody later.
Bye.